I like morph ball mode. I like the morph ball sounds. Oh my god. Morph ball. Morph ball. Should I be taking in the city or whatever? Nope, there's nothing taken. Morph ball. I wish I could jump in morph ball though. You know what? The morph ball sections bring a smile to my face.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. And they were classmates.
Oh my god, they were classmates.
I'm Jessi.
And I'm Nolynn. And eagle-eyed fans will notice there wasn't an episode last week. We recorded one, and Premiere Pro just gave me hell all week. It wasn't like I just tried to do it one day and just gave up. Every day.
Is that what happened?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to ask because I knew that if you weren't actively texting me about it, then it was something really fucking bad.
Mm-hmm. It's just rendering, and it just derails on the last frame. Just rendering, just trying different formats, different like file formats, different like sequence settings. And I ended up giving up on it. I think I'll be able to export the audio. So I think I'll just throw it on either to the end of this one or as like another episode in
I could draw
audio.
I was going to say I could draw a still image for that. That looks nice. A nice image of us sitting at the table instead of one of those speedy ones that I did for a while when we just realized too late that we had tech issues and we were like, okay, fuck.
Because the cameras didn't used to notify us. Now they let out one last beep.
Yeah, they give out one final death call as they turn off.
But then, so as I was editing, I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's a space issue. It says I have 20 gigabytes free of space, and that's like after it blocks out the necessary space to render the video. So for some reason, Windows 11, they don't have like a recycle bin application anymore. You have to like go into temporary files settings and then clear recycle bin. So I'm doing that a bunch. I'm like deleting things, recycling. And one time I accidentally clicked my downloads folder with it. And just like, just 80 gigabytes of my hottest, coolest downloads just go away. And for the next like 5 to 10 minutes, I'm home alone and I'm like screaming like one would mourn the loss of a child.
I mean, you did just lose a child.
I did. I'm fully like, because it's like, that's my fucking downloads folder, man.
Dude. That's where all my shit goes.
All of my shit.
You think I sort my files? No, bro. It's in the downloads folder or it's where it needs to be to run a program.
Mm-hmm. Like, I keep, like, all my thumbnails and everything HEWC, I guess I keep in a separate folder. But, like, all my thumbnails for, like, streams and stuff, any, like, weird little, like, stuff I'll have to do, it all goes in downloads because there's a folder there because it's sorted by date and I like it. I like it all there. And for some reason, Windows made it way too easy to just click a button and like fully scrub it all. Because then what I did is I put on a hat backwards and slammed a White Claw and said, file recovery coming through. And I did like this whole deep dive on like file recovery programs. And I tried to like,
Downing a White Claw is a very necessary part of that experience.
Mm-hmm. File recovery coming through. And it just didn't work. I couldn't recover fucking any of my downloads.
It's so unfortunate.
It was all in fragments and chunks, and a picture wouldn't open.
And this is a really long, elaborate ad for iCloud. Always back up your files.
I guess.
Please don't actually think that we're sponsored by Apple. I use iCloud for work, and it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's
cheap enough, yeah.
I use iCloud because it came on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I record.
And it makes it simplest.
Yeah, and I record most of the stuff that I do on my phone. And most of the people that I work with have iPhones, so it's really easy for all of us to just use iCloud.
Yeah.
But realistically, I would much rather use any other cloud for my work.
Yeah, I've never looked at like the pricing comparisons, but yeah, Apple just keeps it easy because it's on your phone, it's on your iPad, it's on your Mac.
It's on all my stuff. All my stuff, it's on here. It's on my watch.
But now we have to counter out the ads. Apple famously,
my phone is force updating from iOS 18 to iOS 26 tonight. It would not let me put it off another night.
There we go. Planned obsolescence. It's gonna break the 13 mini.
I was gonna say I have a 13 mini that does not last more than 4 hours battery life already. Mm-hmm. I have not paid off this phone yet. I can't get a new one. I'm gonna be bitching about my phone for the next 6 to 7 months. I think is how much longer we have left before I'm able to upgrade. Shut up. Shut up. No, but that wasn't even a joke. That's genuinely, I think, when I'm eligible for another upgrade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's messed up. I hate the forced updates.
And even then, I will not be updating to the newest iPhone because I never do.
Mm-hmm.
I never fucking do.
They're so much cheaper. Even if you go 1 year back, they're so much cheaper. And then, crazy, 2 years back.
Yeah, I go.
They're just as functional.
I always go, you know what I do something fucking crazy? I pick the one I like.
What?
Yeah.
But you want the orange one with the weird camera so everyone knows you're latest and greatest.
No, I try them all out and I go, this one feels nice in my hand and fits in my pocket. I'll use this one.
And the employee's like, okay.
Genuinely what they did when I said I wanted the 13 mini instead of like the fucking big ass iPad.
Yeah, you don't want a
like,
fucking 15 Pro Max.
I'm like, no, I have a 13-inch iPad. I don't need a fucking 17-inch phone too.
Yep.
Get away from me. My phone is to be small. I have girl pockets. I can't have a big phone.
Exactly.
I don't like keeping my phone in my purse. So
That's why I have my little bag because I just wear a lot more leggings.
That's so true.
I keep that little bag on me.
Your leggings bit. I love jeans. People think I'm weird for that, genuinely. And I think, why is it weird that I like wearing jeans? They're made out of cotton. It's denim, bro. They're made out of cotton.
It's denim, bro.
I get that people think I'm weird because I can nap in jeans, and people think that's weird.
Yeah.
But that's just because I love a nap. That has nothing to do with the
You're napping regardless.
I have napped sitting straight up in a chair. Like, I will nap. There's a reason my friends call me the Eeper because I just fall asleep. I fall asleep in the middle of a party, take a 2-hour power nap, wake up for the second half of the party and keep going.
Yeah.
I did that at Friendsgiving. There were 5 of us there, and Ace and I took a 2-hour power nap in the middle of it, and no one questioned it because they're just used to me doing that.
No, I'm like the opposite. Like, my conditions for sleep need to be like perfect. I need to be in like a very, very, very dark room. I can't be like in a car moving in any way. I don't know. I like everything needs to be perfect. And even then I'll be really tired and I'll like queue up for the nap and I'll get everything perfect. And then I'm like, no, I still can't do it. And I'm just shutting my eyes for 30 minutes straight and I get nothing, which is still like rest in some way at least. But
I do have some limits. I can only sleep in a car on like if I'm extremely tired. Like I've been known to fall asleep in the car. 90% of the time if I fall asleep in the car, it's because I've been drinking. Not even to the point of drunkenness. Just if I've had anything to drink, it wipes me out just extra enough that I can just against the window. Sure. But like Ace can fall asleep in the car no matter what because he grew up being the first pickup on a bus route.
Oh yeah. Then you just train your entire gene system.
Yeah, when you're getting on the bus at 6:30 to show up to the school at 7, and school starts at 8.
Yeah. That's in the DNA sequence now.
Yeah, so
that's passing on to the kids.
Genuinely, probably, which is really funny because they can't ride the big yellow bus because that's only for kids that are out of town. But to be fair, we're also right next to a city bus stop. So I mean, the city bus that goes directly to the 2 schools that they will go to because they're the closest ones. I'm like, because that's what they do instead of having the yellow buses run through for everyone is that like they set up alternate stuff for elementary school, but for middle and high school, they just give discounted rates for the city bus. And I think now they just give out free bus tokens.
It was so stupid. My high school did nothing and they were really strict about people who were coming late to school. And it's like, okay, yeah, you do absolutely nothing for them. It'd be one thing if, it was like discounted or whatever, but it's like, no, you were doing literally nothing. You're saying fucking get here, whatever, and being really like strict and like, they were offering like, they were doing like suspensions and shit.
Yeah,
like,
which is crazy because you guys have a lot more of like class disparity at your high school than like I did. Like our school system is all pretty like middle class.
Yeah.
Like middle to lower class. So that's why they were like, well, there's going to be a lot of kids that need to ride the bus. So we're just going to, like I said, when I was in high school, it was discounted bus tokens. And now I think it's just free. I think it's been free since COVID.
Sure. Yeah.
Because they were trying to spread out how everyone was getting to school. So, which was really funny.
Diversify the portfolio.
Well, yeah. And they also knew that like a lot of people were having really intense financial difficulties during that time. So they didn't want to charge for, they were trying to just get kids back to school was the big thing. So it was really cool. But like it does mean that there is like a ring at the edge of town that doesn't get served by really either though.
Sure. Yeah.
Which is really unfortunate, for those people specifically. But luckily for most of like, from what I've heard, the school district is also pretty good about working with, not like they can't like alter bus routes or anything, but finding what the best way is.
Yeah.
Even if unfortunately for some kids it might just be, you might need to do online school.
Yeah. No, my school did none of that. They offered nothing. We had to really get there ourselves. Anyway, I'm going to slam this 5-hour energy that Jessi bought me before the podcast because I've been too busy fucking rendering and failing to even get out and buy it. So this is my first 5-hour energy in weeks, guys.
I always have to leave that clean audio for you.
Yeah.
It's not like you could just mute my mic because we have two separate mics. No, that takes the fun out of it. I need to watch it happen. And I make the bucket. Let's go.
Let's fucking go. Well, I went to see Miles Teller Eternity 6-7 last night.
Is it good?
It's pretty good. Well, 3 out of 5, but
yeah,
it has heart. It's
a rom-com. Most rom-coms.
Exactly. It's an Apple TV Plus original.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would have to argue that most rom-coms do have to fight their way out of the 3 to 4 star range.
And
like,
I think
you have to box heavy to get out of the 4 star range.
My thing is, even if it's like corny and a little bad, but it's 90 minutes, it can still get by. This one was 1 hour and 58 minutes. And it's like, you got to be careful with that extra runtime. And I don't know if it necessarily was, but it went by fast enough. And then afterwards, I was just talking with coworkers for a couple hours, and it sounds like we are going to FurSquared 2026.
What?
Me and a group of 3 coworkers are going to a furry convention in February.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
I know.
Conventions are genuinely so much fun, and I went to anime conventions for all of high school, so I've existed on like the edge of. Ace jokes that I'm on the event horizon of furry culture, where like if I had slightly less shame, I would probably have like a fursuit head. Mm-hmm. Just the head. I wouldn't have a full suit.
Yeah.
But I'd have like a cute, like the cute Japanese and Chinese ones. Yeah. I would have one of those, like it was a bunny. Mm-hmm. And he's like, and that's why you're on the event horizon. Because if you go any further in, it's spaghettification for you.
Mm-hmm. And you're gonna be on the iPad drawing your fursona.
Yeah, I'm gonna be, yeah. The worst part is that I have a fursona. I was given it by someone else. One of my friends was practicing drawing fursonas because they wanted to take more furry commissions. So they forced everyone in our friend group to decide what our fursona would be.
Oh, I thought you meant you got it from someone else, like a D&D character. Like they had a fursona that they worked on forever. And
no, but see, so what happened was I ended up half inheriting this kind of half fursona that they had crafted. That wasn't like their own. It was just like an OC. Like it was a raccoon OC that they had come up with. But it had a septum piercing that looked like mine. And it had a green stripe of hair. And I had green hair at the time. Like, so it was really funny how much that genuinely already looked like me. So then we were like, yeah, that's just me. So then we were the trash friends because one of us was a raccoon, one of us was a possum, and the other one was a I can't think of a skunk.
No.
Skunk.
Tight.
Yeah, it was awesome. I think I also have a skunk floating around somewhere because people just like when you have a lot of art friends, you end up drawing each other just random weird shit all the time.
Yeah.
I've drawn like insane shit just because I'm like, yeah. I somewhere in my files, I have an image of LD Shadow Lady that I drew during, I want to say it was Secret Life. I don't remember which one she was with. Their team name was the Bamboozlers. But it was when the Dan Henschel tweet of like my students are fucking morons was going around. Yeah, so I drew LD Shadow Lady as that screenshot of Dan Henschel that's like my teammates are fucking morons. Yep. Because I drew it for like a joke in a Discord server, but now every time I open up my like art files, she's there. She's looking at me.
No, and that premise of like just being able to like do goofy little memes. It's the same thing with like video editing. Like I'll just like randomly get an idea and I'm like I can fully accomplish this and put it on the Knoll posting channel and share it with people. Like you remember my like MatPat game theory FNAF dick video?
Yeah, and it made me laugh.
It's really exactly hard. Like that. Yeah.
No, I had that thought recently because I actually put a little bit of effort into some like Christmas content, or like I made sure I was trying to record parts of the peanut brittle process. I didn't end up recording all of it, unfortunately, the way that I wanted to. I had enough of it that I was able to put together a short little thing on TikTok, you know. And so I did that, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, I should do this about like soup sometime and like edit it together. I'm like, that's a lot of. That's the most basic fucking editing. And just setting it, like I could do that really. That's actually easier than the editing that I do on the reg.
Right.
Because I wouldn't have to worry about it as much.
That's how it's becoming with like podcast editing versus just taking a stream and cutting it down. Is like I'm still there's like this dread. Oh, it sucks so bad. But then like I've done it just a couple times. And I'm like, it's really not. Like, just cut out silence and like zoom in at sometimes.
Yeah, no, because the nice thing about editing, like. Because, like, the way that we do the podcast that I edit is I just record the whole thing, and I never cut anything out, really, unless it's, like, an extended period of them like rifling through Bibles, and they'll even look up and be like, Jessi's gonna have to cut this, and then they'll look back down and keep going, like they like stuff like that. But for the most part, it's really just sitting there and listening, and every time it's a little too quiet, you just kind of go, oh, I can cut that out, and then you do it till it feels nice, and then
Exactly, yeah.
like you don't really have to do a second listen through if you don't want to.
I'd never do.
I was like I do for the podcast that I make for work. But realistically, if I was like every time I've edited something that had me in it, I've never watched it a second time.
Because it's just pointless.
I know it's fine.
I did it right the first time.
And if I didn't, then it's funny.
Well, yeah, and then I'm like, if I really made a really bad mistake, and sometimes I put it up and I'm like, oh, I forgot to throw that entire graphic up. Oh, that media went offline. I'm just kind of like, okay, well, then that's my burden. I did that in the past, and now I'll know that's public and not to do it the next time.
Yeah,
and I kind of teach myself the hard way. It's like you already exported it. It's already taken up the file space on your computer.
See, it doesn't count as laziness if you accept the fact that there will be consequences. And I when it comes to like my own stuff, like I would always rather just record once and post it twice.
Exactly. Yeah. No.
Then double check the editing twice and post once. And that maybe that's the not having a real following speaking for us.
Yeah.
But
Some of it is that. I wish we could just have an editor and we could just come here and record this and it just goes away and it goes back up in a couple of days.
Dude,
wouldn't that be so fucking amazing?
Yeah, but I'm the editor in question for fucking the podcast that I do. They don't even watch it.
Right.
I just found out recently. I asked them, I was like, oh, did you guys see the episode? They were both like, no, we don't watch it after you upload it. I'm like,
like I would love if we came in and recorded and then I watched the episode 2 days later, like, oh, I forgot about that bit, you know?
Yeah, like, oh, that's crazy.
Instead of like and the editing is not the worst. It's just pressing 1 for this camera, pressing 2 for this camera.
Oh yeah, and you do know in your heart of hearts that if you were like, I can't edit it this week, Jess, here's all of the assets.
Yeah,
I would do that. Like,
but
so that's the funniest part, is knowing that we have so many ways that we could. But we're just like, no, this is my burden to bear.
Yeah.
I am Sisyphus with that fucking rock.
Yeah. Look, and then at the end of the day, it's like, wow, this really all came together.
No, and then at the end of the day, you do actually push the rock up to the top of the hill, and you're like, oh fuck, it wasn't that hard.
And then you feel good. You're like, oh, I got a little burn from that.
You're like, hell yeah. Maybe I'll do a quick run.
Yeah.
And that's posting content on short form platforms.
Oh
like
God. Yeah, we need to get into that too. Oh well, there's so much to do. Just fucking live in the moment.
So much to do. So much to see.
I forgot what comes next, but
So what's wrong with taking a backstreet?
That's it. Never shine if you don't glow.
That song came on. I was at a vintage expo this weekend, like a vintage clothing expo for 80s, 90s, and Y2K clothing. Super fun. But they kept playing shit that was like really funny to play one right after the other. Because they played that song. They played fucking All Star by Smash Mouth, and then the next song was the Impression That I Get by Real Big Fish, which is ska.
Yeah.
So it was really funny because Shelby and I went from making Shrek jokes like over racks back and forth to I kept running around a rack and skanking at her and then like going back, because that's what you do when the ska is on. You have to.
It takes over.
It really does. So it was really funny. Like it's so funny, the collection, because they're trying to only play music from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s.
Of course.
And unfortunately, those 3 eras are inherently hilarious.
Yeah, especially if you're playing the hits. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So many little one-hit wonders. You're like, I forgot about that song. Did they still have overpriced stained Garfield shirts?
Yes.
The same vendor, just trying the same shit.
Probably. No, I actually ended up buying a whole lot this year. I found Eddie Bauer jean dress, like long sleeve collared jean dress, button up all the way. Fit me perfectly. I got to try it on, which was nice. And it was only $35.
Yeah.
And I was like, for a fucking dress in general, paying $35 is absurd. But for a nice like Eddie Bauer like denim, like full denim dress, because that's, I mean, it's not like a designer brand or anything, but it's higher end than I usually buy.
Yeah.
I'm a Walmart and Goodwill bitch, I fear.
That's
so like,
okay. I had a fucking crisis this weekend, and I feel like I say that every week. But that's what your
20s is, babe. Exactly. It's okay.
I lost my black spandex biker shorts, whatever.
No.
Because everybody has the one until you have the 2 and then 3. I lost them. I don't know where they are, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go get some, and maybe I'll pick up some gray sweatpants too. And I'm just looking online at like Walmart, then Target, and then I'm like, I don't know. I just don't want to spend like $35 on a pair of sweatpants. And then it just breaks me that I'm like, I can go to Amazon and get like a fucking 12 pack of the shorts I want for like $18, or I can go to Walmart and buy one that like obviously will last me longer and looks a little better for $18.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is fucking breaking me. And then I go a level deeper where I re-download Temu and I look at it. I'm like, it's even cheaper for the same stuff and what I like more anyway.
No, but you have to remember that but you have to remember that none of the images you see on Temu are real.
I've ordered enough where I know the difference.
That's the worst part is I'm in that boat.
Exactly. Because you had some Shein alternative for a while, right?
I used Ramwi for a little bit when it was still like there was a time when Ramwi was slightly better than Shein. It was like in between Shein and Amazon in terms of like quality. And so I used to order off of Ramwi, and I got really good at being able to spot like the fake one. Well, because you start to recognize the models, which is the funny part. Like genuinely, there's a couple times, like sometimes I'll be scrolling through, like I'll be doing my last ditch Amazon search because I do like genuinely try to shop. Luckily around here we do have the options to shop small in a way that a lot of other people don't, like stuff like that. But that doesn't always work, unfortunately.
Well, and it's just I sometimes I just want the cheap leggings. Sometimes I just want the cheap shorts. And it's just weird that like you can't even, there is no like fast fashion like locally. And I'm like, not that there should be, like it would really fucking destroy the economy.
But when legitimately the fact that our mall died has left us in this weird fashion desert because we don't even have the fast fashion, like the mall fast fashion options anymore. Like we don't have like Rue 21, Forever 21, anything like that.
The closest we have is like, I guess, Old Navy, kind of.
Yeah, and that's in strip malls. Like that's not even in the mall.
Well, yeah. But I just mean for fucking something. And even,
I mean, we have like around here in general, TJ Maxx, Ross, like we have those things, but they're all like spread out across strip malls in various cities. Like stuff like that.
But even those are just like a notch above what I want to spend on clothes right
now.
And
I was going to say,
that's what's just so sad.
And all of those they're still designer drip. Like they're all designer drip down. They're not like, I miss being able to go to the mall and buy a fast fashion t-shirt for $10 to wear that night.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist around us anymore.
Maybe if I go to Five Below. Maybe if I shop for clothes at Five Below.
I have some clothes from Five Below. My dad really likes their t-shirts for work because he loves a goofy t-shirt for work, and they all get destroyed because he works in a factory. So he likes buying t-shirts from Five Below.
Yeah.
I have some that are sleep shirts, but I've found that like I've gotten some of like the tank tops and stuff from there. They just kind of get a hole in the seam really fast every time. Like you're paying $5. You get $5 quality.
Yeah.
It's just fine.
Whereas,
but I totally get you because I realized this last week that I don't have a single plain long sleeve, like tight sleeve shirt anymore. All of them are like this, where it's like for audio listeners, I'm wearing like a crew neck sweater.
Right.
So like, the slightly puffy crew neck sweater sleeve, that. But what I need is like the tight t-shirt sleeve to go underneath other t-shirts.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. So I need like the long sleeve t-shirt sleeve of like all one length, tight to my arm, whatever. Or at least all one length, not tapered in.
Even not, but not like puffy like that. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I hope the audio listeners understand without being able to see what a crew neck sweatshirt looks like. I assume you.
Aphantasia.
Yeah, I'm like,
they need a search term to look up.
Fuck. Well, I did say crew neck sweater, so I believe in you guys. You guys got this.
But pause the podcast, do your homework, come back, we'll grade it if you got it right.
Yeah.
It's your exit ticket today.
Yeah, that's your exit ticket for the podcast today. Is draw the kind of shirt that I need. No, but so I've been trying to find it, and I can't find a single. And this is gonna be. I can't find a pack of shirts like that anywhere around here. And you used to be able to get like 8 packs of those for $10, because they were listed as long johns.
Right. It's just
can't even
getting
get those
weird.
anymore.
It's getting and like I just. Part of it is the instant gratification, I guess, of like, even if I buy it on Amazon and it comes in 2 fucking days, it's like, but I want it now.
Don't you have overnight delivery or like same day delivery?
No. That facility is usually just for bigger items. It shoots up to eliminage.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense.
More often than not.
Yeah, there's a because what really pisses me off, my mom lives like a mile and a half away from me. She gets same day delivery. I do not.
Yeah.
She also gets delivery from nolynn, my favorite pizza place. And I do not.
You do not.
I have to send Ace across town. nolynn. We are a mile and a half out of their delivery radius. And no, I think we're less than, I think we're a half mile out of their delivery radius, which pisses me off. Because we used to be in their delivery radius, but then they closed the one by me.
That was a bit in Regretting You, the Colleen Hoover novel.
Was it actually?
There was a kid who was moving the town like sign, like just bit by bit every day until it would get to his grandpa's house and they could order like a pineapple pizza or something. That movie was shit. fuck Mason Thames. I hate that industry plant.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, it was a Colleen Hoover novel.
Yeah.
So
I kind of liked It Ends With Us though, but then all that shit happened and I was like, oh dang it.
Yeah, I was looking. It's so interesting being someone that is active enough on BookTok and like that I am so aware of like the plots of all of these books. And I do like some BookTok books. You guys have heard me talk about ACOTAR. You guys have heard me talk about Fourth Wing. Like I do like some of the YA stuff, like the YA fantasy that filters through to me. However,
having said that,
I have enough of a discerning brain that like I also acknowledge that I'm not one of those people that when I say I really liked ACOTAR, it was so much fun and I loved reading it, I don't think it was the best thing that was ever written the way that a lot of people on BookTok do.
Yeah.
Or people talk about how Throne of Glass changed their life and made them fall back in love with reading.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot.
That's why you might like Pluribus, because it's about an author who, well, I guess just the main character is an author who writes kind of like BookTok-y, like fantasy books that like everybody comes up and they're like asking her all these questions, and then she comes home and she's like, okay, so I have to write another one of those. Like, and she's asking like her wife, like, well, what do you think about like my novel? Like, should I post that? You know, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, and it's also so interesting because then you also like, because I exist in like, because I exist on like the fringe of BookTok because I enjoy fantasy BookTok, I end up drifting into romantasy. And I've talked about like my enjoyment of like dark romance just for like fucking brain break. I wanted to call it brain food, but it's more like brain Doritos. Like it's not food.
Right. Yeah.
No,
brain snacks.
Yeah, brain jelly bellies. I also, because I don't enjoy a lot of like the main romance stuff, I do end up in like this weird circle where my For You page keeps alternating between like the parts of BookTok that really like the romance stuff and the fantasy part talking badly about how like, oh, romantasy readers don't actually like, they're not reading for whatever, and then it's romantasy people talking about how fantasy people take it too seriously, and then it's like the fact that a lot of fantasy authors are just kind of shitty people in general. Like, a lot of them are Zionists. Yeah. It's really hard. Yeah, I've started joking to my friends. I'm like, you could throw, if you pick up any book in the fantasy section, there's a 50% chance that the book you're holding was written by a Zionist.
Damn.
Well, it's just because they're all millennials and Gen X.
Oh, sure.
And a lot of them are, like, aggressively pro-Israel because it's just they grew up in all the pro-Israel propaganda.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's also why I borrow books from the library a lot. Because I never know what authors are fine. Yeah. And then if I really like...
It's too much to first shop at Barnes & Noble and like find something good and then also do the homework of like, how is this author?
That's legitimately why I've switched to borrowing books from the library first. Because then if I really, really like it, I can look up the author and be like, do I want to financially support them? The answer for a lot of them is no. Like the only... because I do acknowledge, like, even though I talk about how much I enjoy, like, ACOTAR and stuff like that, like, Sarah J. Maas is a Zionist. She's, like, a heavy Zionist. That's why I don't buy her books. Right. I don't own any of her books. I tell people to borrow her books from the library because she doesn't make any money off that. There you go, As far as I know. Like, if she does, it's the same ethically as streaming someone on Spotify where they make, like, 1/10 of a cent. So it's like, you can't be mad because it showed up in your shuffle because they're like, oh, you made like 1/10 of a cent off your play on accident and you hit skip anyway. Like, it's fine. Like, that's how I feel about reading problematic authors from the library. It's like, you're still, like, engaging with it, whatever, but you're not giving them anything out of it. And as long as you're still doing it ethically and are, like, really thinking, like, hey, these parts are weird, because I liked ACOTAR, but I don't really love how Sarah J. Maas talks about a lot of the people that aren't high fae. The way she talks about Illyrians and the way that they talk about Highburn, which is literally just Ireland. Like it's weird, especially as an Irish person. Like it was kind of weird to me. But I still enjoyed the rest of the story. I just kept forgetting that every so often I'd open up the map again. I'd be like, oh yeah, she's just being weird about Ireland again. They're all fucking
Once
weird.
again.
Fantasy authors and being weird about Ireland.
It goes hand in hand. It's part of the job.
They don't. It's because they're all British.
They're all British. Yeah. Speaking of Spotify, we can do our Spotify Wrapped.
Spotify Wrapped came out. I have gone through my Spotify, my YouTube Wrapped.
Yeah. I can tell the YouTube Wrapped is like last year's Spotify Wrapped, where it's just kind of completely AI generated and didn't even really give me much.
See, mine was actually pretty decent.
For me, it was like, yeah, that checks out. Yeah, that checks out.
So I already went through this a little bit. You and I haven't talked about it at all, though.
Mm-hmm.
So my total minutes is 8,775.
I had 17,000 minutes.
That's fair. You listen to a lot more music than I do.
Yeah.
I also split my time between YouTube and Spotify a lot more than I used to.
Well, and here's where I have to confess. This is a YouTube music recap, and I play a lot of songs on stream.
Yeah.
So it unfortunately counts. I didn't think about that until it came out. But
yeah, and honestly, it's really funny. I didn't look at my YouTube music Wrapped at all because I don't use the YouTube music app. I just... Sometimes when I realize that I'm listening to like an album too much, I switch over to listening to it on YouTube so that I don't fuck up my Spotify Wrapped too horrendously.
Yeah, okay.
Well, because like every theater kid can relate to ruining your Spotify Wrapped with the show that you were in.
Oh, yeah. A lot of Mamma Mia in my 2023 recap.
Putnam is, I think, my second most listened to album of the year.
Right, yeah.
But that's not on my Wrapped, so I didn't care. But yeah. Let's see. My top genres were number 1 was emo.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 was pop rap. Number 3 was musicals. Number 4 was folk. And number 5 was rap rock.
I can't find my genres. It's all completely different too. And I guess I didn't like screenshot every individual thing. So.
I didn't either. I'm going through beat by beat.
My longest streak was 49 days.
That's crazy. I know that they mean like, oh, you listened to it 49 days in a row, but I like to imagine that it was 49 days straight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, my brother got confused one time with his top song was like years ago. It was like some Lil Nas X song. And he was like, I think I listened to that, 27 times straight. And I'm like, there's no way. It means you listened to it 27 times this year.
There was this, so I don't know if you know this, but on Spotify, they actually, if you were in the top 10 listeners for an artist this year, they told you.
Mm-hmm.
And they told you what your spot was, which is fucking crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I keep seeing videos from the people that got like the number 1 spot, right? The girl that got the number 1 spot for Taylor Swift played one song on repeat in a playlist and everyone knew because she had, I think it was like 229,000 minutes listened, which is legitimately like 311 days.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or something ridiculous like that. And she even had like this playlist still playing when she started the Wrapped of like, getting number 1 on.
I have a coworker who used to do that. I used to like put on Taylor Swift albums in their room while they went to work. I'm like, what are you fucking like Bitcoin mining Taylor Swift? Like, quit it.
I only respect that if you do it in the Quentin Reviews way, where he has a tab like on his computer that he's just constantly playing fucked up stuff specifically to make his Wrapped look insane.
Oh, okay.
So he's playing like Gummy Bear album and like Crazy Frog and like he has a playlist that he just puts on repeat. He picks one song that's going to be his number 1 song that year, and then the rest of it is just decided by the shuffle.
I did think it would have been smart of me to just spam "We Are Charlie Kirk" on Spotify because I don't use Spotify.
Yeah.
So it would be like, it wouldn't just be my number 1; it would be my one and only.
I saw one person used it so that their top 5 was all of like, it was like "We Are Charlie Kirk," "We Are Charlie Kirk" slowed and reverb, "We Are Charlie Kirk" sped up version,
Yep.
"We Are Charlie Kirk" no lyrics. So Spotify gave out listening ages this year. My listening age was 40 because I was into music from the early 2000s.
Oh my god.
Which is really funny. Ace's was like 43 because he listens to music from the late 90s.
Right, yeah.
So, yeah, Ace and I listening to music from our childhoods makes us 40.
That makes you 40.
Yeah, we're in our 40s.
Duh.
Obviously.
I did find my top genres. It was pop music, indie, soundtracks, hip hop, and rock, which is, I don't know. I think they just picked 5 genres and organized them. Like, I don't know.
Do you want to guess what my do you want to do the guess for what my number one song was? So the options are Sticky by Tyler the Creator, Glorilla, Sexy Red, and Lil Wayne. Nissan Altima by Doechii. Girls by The Dare. Punk Tactics by Joey Valence and Bray. And Freak on a Leash by Korn.
Punk Tactics.
Punk Tactics is what you're guessing for my number one? Fortunately for you, it was Sticky.
Dang it.
Sticky was my number one song this year. I was obsessed with that song. I shit you not. It says I listened to it 21 times. That's a fucking lie. Because I would listen to this song. This is one of those songs that I would legitimately start over and do like in the car because when this album first started, I fucking adored it. I don't.
Some songs it plays, you play it all the way through, and then you skip back and then you put it on repeat one.
That's exactly what I did with this
that's
song.
a good fucking song. I want to hear that.
So
more.
I don't. It says that I listened to it 21 times. I just don't think that's accurate. But I think it's because it's not counting certain playlist plays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people saying that they were like, because there's no way I only listened to Sticky 21 times. I believe it's my top song. I just don't think that part's accurate. No, my top songs were Sticky. We're in order now. Are Sticky. Number 2 is Punk Tactics by Joey Valence and Bray. Number 3 was Girls by The Dare. Number 4 was Freak on a Leash by Korn. And number 5 was Nissan Altima by Doechii.
Yeah.
That's why my genres are like that. I did already I always add the top songs playlist to my library.
Have to, yeah.
People who don't are crazy. Yeah, my top album was actually 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. I thought it was number 2. I misremembered. Yeah, so my top album was the show I was in this year.
Yeah.
Who would have guessed? Yeah, it was
Hamilton in there.
Yeah, it was 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, and then it was Mayhem by Lady Gaga, and then it was Hamilton because I love Hamilton. There's just no escaping. It came out when I was in high school. I was the perfect age for when Hamilton came out.
And the theatrical re-release, I think I saw it 4 times in theaters. And it was only there for like 2 or 3 weeks.
It was so good.
It was fucking awesome. And I was alone in the theater every single time for some reason. And because when I would work, like fucking like 10, 20 people would show up. For some reason, every time I went, it would just be me. So I'm screaming in there. I'm just like when there's the tweet that's like, bro's just hooting and hollering. Like that's me.
Oh, just wait until we go to like a re-release of a musical I like, and it's just the 2 of us in that theater. I'm gonna be dancing in the aisle, bro.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be if they ever re-release fucking The Greatest Showman and we go see it, I'm gonna be in the aisle doing the fucking like.
Yeah.
I hate everything that show stands for. Barnum was a horrible man, but fuck, that music gets me.
Yeah.
No, my number 4 album was Fallen by Evanescence, which is really funny because I also have this CD. And then my number 5 album was Chromacopia.
Yep. That's awesome.
It's so funny to me that Chromacopia is my number 5 album, but Sticky was my number 1 song.
Yeah, right. From the bottom to the top.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes.
Started from the bottom, now we ear.
This is just a fun. A bunch of people fucking looking at you is what my top 5 is.
Yeah.
Like I was like, here, editing Nolan, zoom in on this.
Zoom in on this.
Hopefully zoom and enhance.
Do a couple because there might be a glare. Get all the angles.
Let me get a couple angles here
boom,
for you.
boom, freeze frame, boom. Yeah.
My top artist was Jorge Rivera Herranz.
My top artist was Renee Rapp.
Jorge is the man that wrote Epic, the musical.
Oh, yeah.
My top artists are number 1, Jorge Rivera Herranz, the writer and Odysseus in Epic, the musical. Number 2 is Lady Gaga. Number 3 is Joey Valence and Bray. Number 4 is Sabrina Carpenter. And number 5 is Chappell Roan. I don't think anyone is surprised by any of those.
I got Renee Rapp, Taylor Swift, Self, Chappell Roan, and Toby Fox. Which is, I think I literally, if they did listening age on YouTube Music, it would say fucking 11. Like
I'm 4 years old.
It would say 10. Toby Fox is insane.
Yeah, and then so my message this year was from Lady Gaga, which I was very excited about. Oh yeah, which club do I belong in? So Spotify assigned everyone clubs based on their listening habits, and I am a proud member of Team Grit.
All right.
I'm in the Grit Collective.
Grit Collective.
Your club believes in rebellion through music. There is no club rule book. I am a loyalist. I rarely skip tracks, confirming my unwavering dedication to the club. It's because I put on an album and don't hit skip.
No skips.
I love hitting shuffle.
The album experience.
I really do, and I love it. But I also have I do love hitting shuffle on one album, which is part of why my thing sounds like that, because I love hitting shuffle on Chromacopia.
Yeah, they come in all unique orders.
Exactly, it's so much fun. I'm in great company. 9% of global listeners are in my club.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, club favorites include Joey Valence and Bray, Mom Jeans, Evanescence, Korn, Paramore, and Panic at the Disco. These 6 artists are, at least 3 of them have appeared in my Spotify Wrap. Every single year I have used Spotify.
Yeah. Some people just never leave.
Yeah, Panic at the Disco and Mom Jeans. It was embarrassing how long Panic was in my top artists because I just can't let early Panic go. I really can't.
Yeah, it's always an interesting time. I'm always kind of disappointed in mine though. I'm like, dang, I should have just listened to more music so this could be accurate.
And then, did you go through your YouTube recap?
Yeah. It's pretty straightforward.
I was
like you watched Ludwig, you watched The Yard, you watched And They Were Classmates. I'm like, yeah, I get it.
I was genuinely curious if yours would be different since you were a creator as well.
No, I don't get a community one. I do on my Twitch, but my top channels were The Yard, Ludwig, Ludwin, Scott's Stash, and Wayne Radio TV, because they did Half-Life VR, but the AI are self-aware.
My top channels were Smosh Pit, Drawfee Show, RT Game, Smosh Games, and Therm. I love Therm. I watch a lot of Therm's videos to fall asleep too. Yeah.
I'm in top 3% of viewers for The Yard.
I'm in top 2% of viewers for Smosh Pit.
And that's a way bigger audience pool, so it takes a lot to get there.
I watched 233 of their videos this year.
Holy shit.
Well, while I was getting ready, I was watching Smosh Reddit stories because Smosh Reddit stories dropped on Saturday, and I was a little bit behind, so I had to catch up with they were doing holiday stories last week, and then this week it's Karen stories.
Got it. For Sides of You, I got tech savvy, game focused, and cultured.
I got creative, entertaining, and curious.
Like these things mean nothing to me.
They call me the self-improver. I'm drawn to content that helps you grow and reach your full potential. You've watched productivity tips and organization videos. You're focused on personal growth.
I was the wonder seeker. 18% of people.
2%. Yeah, I was like 2% of people. I'm just built different.
Not like other girls.
I'm not like other girls. I'm not like other YouTube watchers. What were your top interests? Did you check?
Wait.
Sorry. Mine were cooking challenges.
Oh, yeah.
My number one top interest was cooking challenges. And then it was funny video compilations. And then it was ASMR content because I think a lot of like the relaxing music, like lo-fi videos I listened to got sorted in there.
Animal Crossing Cafe.
Yeah. Drawing tutorials. I think that's just Drawfee. And then video game reviews.
I got gaming trends, movie analysis, exploring tech, comedy skits, and video game history.
That's really cool. It was really funny. Aces was all like lore.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Like I watched 1,496 channels this year. That's 4 times the average viewer. Look at this look at this. Grian, Smosh Pit and Games, Shenpai's there, Mythical Kitchen's there, Swell Entertainment's there, LD Shadow Lady, Smitty, The Grumps, Solidarity Gaming.
It's all over.
Drew Gooden, CaseOh's there.
I only had 10,083 channels.
What?
Or sorry, 1,000. That's my bad.
I was like, holy shit, dude.
I added a 0.
No, so mine said that it's 4 times the average viewer. I'm just going through I screenshotted most of these because I thought they were funny. What were your top games for the year?
Okay, it says Half-Life Alyx. I haven't watched a Half-Life Alyx video. I think like maybe Half-Life VR, but the AI self-aware was categorized as Half-Life Alyx. I don't know. And then Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, which I also didn't watch much of. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Deltarune, and Fortnite. I think I just don't watch gaming videos all that much. So anytime I did, it just counted for weird stuff.
My top games were number 1 was obviously Minecraft. We all knew that was coming. Yeah. Number 2 was Balatro. Because I really like listening to every Balatro card explain videos that are like 2 hours long as just like background noise. That's just white noise to me at this point.
You can disfocus for a while and then refocus and then it's all gonna be fine.
Exactly. Yeah. Backyard Baseball 2001. Shout out to Therm.
Okay.
But I just really like watching other people play backyard baseball. It's a lot of fun. Fun fact: my friend Ben has to have a screen timer on his phone that his wife knows the passcode to and he doesn't for backyard baseball.
Wow.
Because of how much he will play backyard baseball.
Holy shit.
Well, he specifically had it while he was finishing his degree. and he kept playing backyard baseball instead of doing his work. So his wife took his phone and set that up and was like, she's like, you get 20 minutes, and then I have to put in I have to put in a code. I probably will have to do that with Ace for some of his idle games. He loves our idle games. And then it was Peak was my number 4, and Tomodachi Life was my number 5. And I firmly believe all of these. I love watching these.
Yeah. What was your YouTube award?
Most likely to surprise your friends with a homemade meal and a killer karaoke performance, which all of my friends were like, what the fuck, YouTube called you out for that? Because most of what I watch on YouTube is cooking and karaoke.
I got most likely to find the coolest tech gadgets and share your insights with everyone.
That's what the podcast is.
I guess. I need to get a better personality. This is just disappointing.
You just need to give YouTube more of your information like I do.
I think what it is too is I spend more of my time like making content than consuming it. And when I do, it's like I'm just throwing on like a Scott Stash video to shower to.
Yeah.
Rubbing my body to some Scott the Woz. So I don't know. It is what it is.
Sorry, it's really funny going through and being like, oh yeah, that's why it gave me those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because not only did I watch, but I also listened. My top songs were Warrior of the Mind, Odysseus Part Karaoke, Epic the Musical, Shout to Clark on Stage.
You can hold down on it.
Yeah. I just forgot. Woe Is Me, which is the solo song that I had in 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. I played Logan. Gethsemane, I Only Want to Say karaoke from Jesus Christ Superstar. Because I watched Jesus Christ Superstar at the Hollywood Bowl. Mm-hmm. And I really liked it. I kept having it get stuck in my head. And my favorite way to get a song out of my head is to sing through it, because that's genuinely what works for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's Dochi Denial's A River karaoke. Because I practiced that a lot because I wanted to rip it at karaoke. And I did.
And you did.
I'm just saying, I fucking ate that at karaoke. And then it's Would You Fall in Love with Me Again karaoke, Sing as Penelope.
A lot of karaoke. I guess it makes sense though. That's what YouTube is literally for at this point.
No, yeah, I shit you not. When I'm cleaning, I just look up the word karaoke, and I just let the YouTube algorithm. Yeah. I just start going, and then I just keep going through the recommended videos. It's a lot of fun, and I think it's genuinely why I've preserved improved my voice so much since high school. It's just that I use it constantly. Because that's realistically, it's the best way to make your voice sound better. Fun pro tip. Sing more and your voice will genuinely just get better from use, because you just figure out how to use it.
Yeah,
and how the muscles work.
And it's exactly how voice training works too. Don't end up like me.
I wouldn't know about voice training, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Or fortunately, depending on how you look at it.
Yup. Well, we watched a movie 1 week ago today.
We did.
We watched Rental Family.
It was really, really good. If we had not been alone in that theater, I would have cried because we wouldn't have been able to make jokes. Because once we realized he was a he was claiming to be a software engineer from the Midwest. From specifically Minnesota. It became Mia. I have to go. They're opening up an AI data center in my hometown.
Which is funny because there's also a Minnesota reference in Pokemon the first movie. Because it's Team Rocket and they go, I thought the only Vikings were in Minnesota or something like that, because they're like dressed as Viking. It was really weird.
4Kids absolutely did that.
Yeah, it was so weird though, because it's like 2 Japanese movies that like fucking love Minnesota. I'm like, I don't know what it is with you guys.
Well, it's because it's I think for a lot of people it's like a middle state. It's a flyover state for a lot of people. Like, so it's just like small enough that people don't like. It's not one of the states that you think of in America.
It's a deep cut state.
But it has the Mall of America in it, so people kind of know what it is.
Yeah, exactly. People can be reminded of it easy. But if you want to make a Midwest joke, it's like, yeah, you got your Illinois, your Wisconsin, your Ohio, and but Minnesota's in there, guys. Yeah. But the movie was pretty good though. I like that.
Yeah, I really, really liked it. I love Brendan Fraser. I just do. I always have. I was so sad when he was not in movies for a really long time. Yeah. And then I was even more sad when I found out why, because holy shit.
What was that all about?
I'm going to look it up to make sure that I'm giving you correct information. So Brendan Fraser's career slowdown wasn't a formal blacklist, technically. But in 2003, he relayed a sexual assault allegation against Philip Burke, who was the HFPA president at the time. So Brendan Fraser alleged that he was sexually assaulted by the HFPA president at the time. And then in that same time, he had physical injuries from stunts because he did his own stunts for a long time. And he got divorced. So that's kind of where the image of Brendan Fraser with like the fucking like destroyed expression I think that the joke that went around that image was right after his divorce. So he was like but yeah, basically he was never formally blacklisted, but he has openly said that he is pretty sure that the reason why he wasn't in movies for most of the 2010s was because he came out about his sexual assault.
Yeah.
And it was only after, like, I believe Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson came out about being sexually assaulted, as well as a couple of other actors, not by the same person, but by other people in power in Hollywood. Like, basically a bunch of male actors came forward and were like, no, actually, this happens a lot. Like, we all know it happens to women in Hollywood, but it does happen to men, too. Yeah. And we can't talk about it because that's why Brendan Fraser doesn't get to make movies anymore. Like, that was legitimate. That was the tone around it for a little bit. And then he was able to come back and then The Whale in 2022 was his comeback.
I remember that.
Because I think people started coming out about that in, like, during COVID.
Sure.
Which was really interesting. Yeah. No, it was wild. It was wild. So it was one of those things where, like, when I was a kid, I really liked his movies. And then he didn't make movies for a long time. And I was like, oh, that sucks. And then, when the Whale press tour was going on, and people were talking about, like, yeah, so he wasn't in movies because he said he got sexually assaulted by the HFPA president at the time.
Yeah, that's messed up.
And it wasn't even an official blacklist. It was a, like, soft blackball, essentially.
Or a shadow ban, kind of.
Yeah, he got shadow banned by fucking Hollywood, bro. Side note, I'm so sick of people being like, I'm shadow banned. No, you just don't have people interested in your content. Well,
and that's what was so weird is the blue lady on Twitter, which is a whole separate can of worms. She was like, I'm shadow banned for a long time. And all it was she just got the thing where any image she posts, it's sensitive media, which is like, yeah, that's what you get when like too many trans people like post softcore porn and then they're surprised when their account gets restricted. It's like, yeah, your whole fucking like chest was out.
Yeah, it's like, sorry, you had your boobs all the way out and I could see the entire outline of your shaft.
Yeah.
Like,
and yes,
I hate to break
they're blue. That's interesting.
Yeah,
but
I hate to break it to you, but being a woman doesn't mean I can see your penis.
Right. Like,
and the fact that you used to be a man doesn't mean that you can show your chest, which sounds like a really bad way to put that, but I legitimately think that's where it comes from.
Yeah,
it's like, it's just like because you think to yourself, well, I used to be able to always have my shirt off. And other girls have their shirt off on Twitter all the time. But the problem is that those girls are also restricted. You're just over 18.
Exactly.
So you could see all of it.
It's weird because it's like, because the whole, a lot of trans Twitter is just towing that line to like kind of find the sweet spot where you're getting enough like OnlyFans subscribers, but your account isn't getting restricted. And yeah, like one post isn't enough to get your account restricted. But that's the thing about a restricted account. It's like most of them are anyway. So like you'll be fine. Like even like remember fucking Reply Girl Angelica Reed? She's in every fucking comment. Like her account is restricted too. But it's like it doesn't stop you from like still posting and like getting an audience. But anyway, Sadie Blue Girl on Twitter, though. Have you got any of this drama?
I've been picking up bits and pieces of it, but it's all been fragmented enough it's been hard to put together.
So basically, she was abused and got broken up with by a trans man. So she said, done with all trans men forever, which is just, like, whatever. Then she became J.K. Rowling about it. That's the only way to put it. Like she just got so weird and like was just fighting everyone. She's like, "Oh, I'll fight all you Kais and Olivers. Let's fucking go." And I'm like, "You're just taking it too far." And then like a couple days later, she's like,
"Kais and Olivers is kind of funny."
It's kind of funny, but it's like you're still like,
no, it's like awful, but it's one of those things that you're like, you can't be that funny when you're saying shit like that.
Mm-hmm. But then she's like, here's my apology. A couple days later, here's my apology to all the trans mass community. And then it's like a dog shitting on a tree in the picture. And I'm like, you're just. Because everybody's like taking it from her initial point, saying like we need to allow trans women to be upset with men because this is like, but like that I'm fine with that, but it's like when you take it so far and like genuinely J.K. Rowling, like genuinely a trans exclusionary radical feminist, like No,
I've seen that. I feel like I see that discourse a lot on Twitter. A lot of like trans masks and trans femmes dating each other and then getting mad Mostly because they both feel like the other one doesn't deserve the femininity or the masculinity that they possess that the other one is desperately chasing. But like, and they just don't want to acknowledge that.
And it becomes like a mini little emulator for men and women in, you know, for cis men and cis women who like kind of fucking hate each other, you know. And then you transition to the other side of it, and the same problems are still there with like, you know, misogyny and like all that.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But and that's fine to acknowledge, but then she genuinely gets so weird with it, and I don't know, I can pull up a million screenshots, but like she just got so weird with it.
There was one time in a Discord server that I was in where me and like one other person were like, we were even joked about as being like the Christians TM of the server, and one of our friends who's trans had a really bad experience, but was just going over and over about how much they hate Christians and how much they hate everything and stuff like that. And we were like, okay, like we get that you were hurt by like this thing that happened and by these Christians, like all that, because it wasn't explicitly religiously backed like bit of transphobia they went through. But we were like, but also at this point, like you're reaching a point where you're going past the acceptable level and you're just kind of shitting on our beliefs.
Yeah, exactly.
Now.
And that's exactly what Sadie was doing.
And that's why I'm like, because you could definitely be like, I'm done with dating trans men for a while. Because it's like, I know a lot of bisexuals that are like, oh, I'm not going to date men now.
Yeah.
I've said before that I probably won't date another man after Ace. Like, I can't promise it, but I'm not going to be, if Ace and I break up, I'm probably not going to be seeking a male partner. I will probably seek a female. That's fine.
Yeah.
You can do that. You can't be fucking weird about it.
Exactly. And that's exactly, yeah.
It's like the same thing where, like, you can't, there's a difference between, it's the same thing where it's like there's a difference between I like black women and I only date black women. I like white women, I only date white women. There's a big difference there.
Yeah.
Like, you can have a preference. That's fine. But you can't be like, well, I only date this one kind of person, even though my attraction extends out because I'm a human being and sexuality is fluid. Like, and like, it's, you can't rule out an entire group like that's and hate on them and be like, well, I don't date white women because of this. I don't date trans women because of this. And then it's like, that's when it gets weird.
Well, and then when you're like, no, all trans men are like this. Like, that's how she was getting with
exactly.
it. Where people are like, okay, but like, that's not the entire group. She's like, what if it's the majority of the ones I deal with? What if all this shit happens every time and every other person I speak to has these same experiences?
Yeah, and what if my experience is the exact oppe,site, bitch? Like,
exactly.
It's my experience.
And like, I've had bad experiences with trans men. I went over and made out with one, and then he ghosted me the same day. But
you're not blaming all trans men for that. The secret is that you just blame all men.
Yes, yeah.
Well, no, because that was like with the Christian thing that I was talking about earlier. Like, some of the other people in the thing were like, well, how do you think we feel when you guys talk about how you hate all men? I'm like, yeah, but we're not specifically pointing out. Like, because they were doing, like, an actual, like, well, I hate all of these aspects of Christianity, and I think it's stupid that they all just believe in Sky Daddy, like, that type of shit. And I'm like, because we're not doing that shit when we're saying we hate men. We're saying we hate men because we're sending in, like, an article about a person being abused. Like, yeah. And we even said, we're like, and we're fine with the fact that you can send in an argument that you had this transphobic thing happen to you. I hate that this happened, whatever. A couple of I hate Christians in the chat is fine. But it was the fucking, like, paragraphs long rant about how believing in Jesus was stupid and all of that. And that's when we were like, hey.
Yeah, right?
It's a bit much.
Yeah.
That was a bit much.
And then when people get to that point and then they double down like further, it just gets so weird.
And then other people came in and they were like, well, it's fine because they literally got a transphobic attack today. And I'm like, yeah, but that wasn't because they were like, I mean, it's one of those things where it's so hard to argue it wasn't because they were Christian. Because they're always like, well, it's because of their religious beliefs. I'm like, yeah, it's because of their personal beliefs about Christianity. That's the problem. Is it?
And then in these situations, like, someone will go off the rails so far and become so insane with the point. And then, like I was saying, like, they'll go back to the original point. People will go back to the original point they were trying to make and be like, so you disagree with this?
And it's like, no,
that's fine.
That's
it's
fine.
just what you're doing over here is fucking insane.
And that was where the whole, like, that was, it was kind of funny because me and my friend, we called it the Great Schism because that's like... Because that's such like a religious, like a huge thing. And it's like religious schisms happen all the time. So we were like, that was our fucking schism.
Yeah.
Because that was like one of the first times that friend group had like a huge, like everyone's taking sides argument. Like it was fucking civil war in the Discord. Because this was also, mind you, important asterisk, this was like 2019, 2020, 2021. This was peak woke.
Yeah.
Like it and it's so funny looking back now because it was not like, to them it was that serious, but it wasn't that serious because it was all an argument in a fucking Discord server about something, and it was all entirely heightened by the fact that they were really upset about this argument they had gotten into. But like looking back now, I'm like, that was so fucking ridiculous. Like that was all, everything about that situation was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's been an insane week on Twitter. I got blocked. It's been insane.
You got blocked?
I got blocked by Sadie.
That's fucking crazy.
For speaking out. For standing up for the trans masks.
Can't believe you're a dirty trans mask sympathizer.
Yeah. Oops. Oops, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it's one thing to like just change your dating preferences. Who cares? But then to just genuinely become J.K. Rowling about it. I don't know.
Yeah. I think a lot of trans people forget that they can perpetuate transphobia.
Right.
It's like you're not safe just because you do unfortunately have to work with the other side. And I don't even mean cisgender. You have to work with trans masks.
Yeah.
You have to work with the non-binary. It's not the fucking crabs crawling out of the bucket ain't gonna work. Or the fucking or for my hermitcraft fans, the iron golems climbing out of the pit. Or not, sorry, the copper golems climbing out of the pit.
You do conflate those almost every episode.
I do. No, it's because when I'm at home, I just call them coppers and irons.
Oh.
In my brain. So when I have to add golem, I'm so busy worrying about remembering to add golem, because if I just say like, when the coppers are trying to get out, no one's gonna be like, what?
What are you talking about?
Yeah. No, but it's because when I'm talking over like, I'm gonna do this farm, and I tell Ace, and I'm like, and then I'm gonna put some irons outside so that they're
irons.
and then have some coppers down below to help sort everything. Like it just makes it easier.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Ace did tell me recently that it kind of sounds like I am racially segregating them though.
Sure, I can see that.
He was like, you can't just call them by their race, Jessi. That's not okay anymore. I'm like,
well, as long as you're gonna make iron bathrooms and copper bathrooms.
I was like, Ace, you can't outwoke me in the post clanker like society. Like we already had this discourse about clankers. You can't bring this into my home.
Yeah. The streamer awards also happened.
Oh yeah, the streamer awards
more fucking
happened.
Twitter drama. I have a 2,000 like tweet.
Do you?
A tweet with 2,000 likes. Because did you watch the clip I was talking about?
Which clip specifically?
Cenat.
No, so the problem is that every time I've tried to find clips of the streamer awards, it's exclusively been like Aiden Ross and like reactionary guys being like, the streamer, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna fucking click that.
Nope.
So I haven't found like a decent fucking roundup of the streamer awards.
I was looking for clips too one time, and it's just a fucking, the title's just the streamer awards, and it's Asmongold, and I'm like, you can't pay me to click that. But I can play the clip.
I'll get fucking stink by proxy, bro. Leave me alone.
Achievements. We've got another record breaker here tonight too. Cenat. This year, as everyone knows, you broke the record for the most expensive haircut and the least educational university. So congratulations to you. Oh, and also, congrats on your new documentary with 50 Cent. That was you, right?
The Diddy documentary.
Yeah, I know. It's the way that no one laughs.
If you all gonna be on the mic, now turn this shit on. Turn this shit on. If you all gonna be on the mic making jokes, at least let it be funny.
Yeah.
If you all gonna be on the mic making jokes, at least let it be funny.
I thought it was.
Have a good night.
No, the only other clip that I've seen of the streamer awards was the clip of Cutie saying like, and congratulations to, because I think they were announcing Gamer of the Year or something like that. And she was saying that, like, congratulations to someone for reaching 9 million. I think it was.
So like, congrats to Kai for getting 1 million subs. CaseOh could only eat 900,000.
Yeah.
Which is like, you're kind of like 2 years too late on that joke, right? Like,
and it's also the fact that like I thought that we all realized, and we had all discussed this at length, that the reason why that joke works is because CaseOh makes it, and he moderates it in his chat, and it's like an in joke with his group, but it's weird to just call him fat all the time.
Yeah, well, every year too, she makes another
I'm
joke,
like,
and I think like a couple years ago, like it made more sense because the joke was newer and more relevant. But it's like, you're just kind of late on that.
No, yeah,
and telling it in a way that doesn't land.
And it's also weird, like, and a lot of people went out that it's also weird to say that when he's not fucking there.
Yeah.
Like, because we all know he's not at the Streamer Awards. He very famously doesn't go to anything like that because he's afraid of airplanes. Mm-hmm. Like, that's like a huge thing for him, is that it's annoying for him to travel to award shows, so he's never there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it's, or at least it was for all. I don't know if that's still accurate, but as far as like last I heard, he doesn't go on planes because he's afraid of them. He's afraid of heights. A lot of people are afraid of flying.
But it's the same thing with the Cenat Diddy joke. Like, yeah, he makes those jokes in his community, and you know his friends and family make it. But it's like, I don't know, you're Fanfan walking around with the mic, and it's one thing to say he looks like Diddy. It's another thing to be like, congrats on the documentary, or was that you? I can't even remember.
Yeah, no, like,
I get you two mixed up.
I was gonna
like,
say that I don't it just feels uncomfortably like, I don't know, not to be that guy. A white person could not get away with that fucking joke.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
that would have been immediate booze. And I'm not saying that in like a, well, she should have, I mean that in like a, we need to acknowledge that was something that was just insane to fucking say.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we as a society need to move past the everyone of their race looks like everyone else in that race jokes.
Exactly.
Because, and I'm not, I don't want anyone to clip this and make it sound like I'm trying to be like, because white people can't say it. Because that's not, I don't think anyone should say it.
Mm-hmm.
That's just fucking weird.
It is weird, yeah.
Although I do like making jokes about white people all looking the same. But it's because I'm a white.
And then, yeah, she had another joke, too, where she was walking around. She finds Hassan, and she's like, your outfit looks familiar to me. He's like, why would it look familiar to you? She's like, because I'm Asian. He's like, yeah, I guess I got this outfit in China. Like, it's like, are you trying to bait him into, like, saying,
yeah,
it just... Fanfan was a really bad floor host. That's where I'll leave it.
I have heard that universally.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's like, yeah, and it's
because the floor host is usually like Austin show or like sketch, and like the job of floor host is just to walk around and like meet and greet and introduce people and kind of like go over their highlights and stuff, not to like insult them or bait them into saying something they'll regret.
Well, because I think what a lot of people were saying was that the Streamer Awards really reminds us that a lot of streamers aren't funny; they're just mean.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
and I like the Streamer Awards really did show it. Like, every clip that I've seen coming out of it has been mean-spirited. It hasn't been funny, because you can be mean and funny. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what I feel like that's what most of like the Academy Awards are.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because the funny bit comes after 5 minutes of how great they are.
Yeah, right.
Like, it always comes with, like, I took a public speaking class in college, and a big part of that was, a big part that he focused in on was if you're doing, one of the things that he taught us was how to do a toast. Because he's like, too many people don't know how to properly and professionally toast someone. Mm-hmm. And he was like, because you can do a little bit of a roast, but in today's day and age, everyone just wants to roast everyone. But the way that a roast works best is if you precede it with compliments.
Yeah, totally.
Like, rule of 3 is 2 compliments and 1 insult.
Mm-hmm.
Easy.
Yeah, and that's where Fanfan was like, most expensive haircut and least educational university. It's like, well, streamer university was like a big thing for a lot of people.
No, yeah, and also...
And to be clear, I know Cenat's a homophobic piece of shit, obviously. But when you're I don't know, when you're at the top of the industry, when you're leading and you're getting so many people into streaming and stuff, it's like, it's just weird to be a floor host and like just go out like insulting people's accomplishments like that.
Yeah, especially because like... even if you disagree with someone as a person, like I don't agree. Most streamers and I would not get along, to be completely transparent. Mm-hmm. But like, when you're at an event like that, you have to show respect for everyone, because the minute that the minute that an event like that stops respecting some of its guests, you can't respect any of them anymore.
Yeah.
Like, that's why like shows like even the Razzies, which is. Are you familiar with the Razzies? Okay. For those who don't know, the Razzies are, I believe they're given on the same night as the Oscars.
Mm-hmm. Or somewhere around there. Yeah.
Or like around there. But it's essentially the Oscars, but for the worst. Mm-hmm. I think they might be online voted. I'm not sure. But celebrities do show up to the Razzies to accept awards sometimes, which is always funny. Which is why I'm pretty sure it's the same night as the Oscars, because I think some of them are still in their Oscars outfits. I think it's technically an after party.
Sure. Okay.
That checks out. I'm not 100% sure, though. Do not quote me on that.
Yeah.
But But the thing about the Razzies is that most of them do still, like, it'll be like worst performance, stuff like that. But when you're listening to the speeches, it's them talking about how it's so funny that this one performance of theirs was so bad when they have such a good catalog. Like, isn't it funny that this well-respected actress is now here?
Right, yeah.
She won, like, there have been times where people have won an Oscar and a Razzie for the same role in the same night.
Right.
And they make jokes about that. They're like, yeah, she won the Oscar for that, but we need to remind her to keep, like, you know, stuff like that. Like, the Streamer Awards is not already a place of high respect.
Yeah, and I also, you know, I understand, like, since the beginning, Cutie has always said this. The Streamer Awards is about getting people together, getting communities together, getting streamers together, and just enjoying, like, togetherness for one night and trying to, like, to acknowledge everyone's accomplishments like that. But the problem is, the bigger the Streamer Awards gets, the harder that's ever going to be. You know?
And part of the problem is the fact that every single time, every year, we do this thing where every year the Streamer Awards happens, and every year the production is awful and there are glaring issues.
Well, production was especially awful this year. Normally it's not at all like that.
Well, no, because what I'm saying is that for being a show that is asking for as much respect as it is in the streamer space, it needs to have better production. Yeah. And I'm not just saying, like, oh, like the video. I'm saying, like, from what I've seen of, like, behind the scenes stuff, it's just not very well organized. And every year something like that happens. There's glaring issues with the production somehow, whether it's in the awards or if it's in, like, behind the scenes stuff that people talk about, whatever. And then every year, Cutie gets on stream and cries about how it's so hard to put this together every year and how it's just her and how it's just supposed to be about togetherness. And it's like, girl, at a certain point, you have to, like, use your brain. Yeah. And it's a huge event. If this event is getting too big and, like, you're having these glaring issues every year, and now it's to the point where it's getting slightly worse every year because you're wanting to make it bigger and everything, you need to decide whether you want it to be big, you want it to be good, or you want it to be yours. Right. Yeah. Because once you get past a certain point when event planning, that's what it becomes. It's either big, it's good, or it's yours. And I'm saying this is someone that's done a fair bit of event planning in the last year now. Yeah. And that's not a bad thing if it isn't yours. And I think she's afraid to give it up because she doesn't want it to become like I don't know what she doesn't want it to become, but it's clear there's something that she's worried about handing over the reins for. Yeah. But it's becoming very clear that she can't hold on to the reins either.
Well, and like, in the format of like trying to make it about togetherness, the title of the event is the Streamer Awards. Like, ultimately, all the streamers and all the audience is going to care about is the awards. You can subtitle it. You can first quote, last quote every single time. Say, this is about communities. This is about getting together. But it's like, and I was texting you about this too. It's like most streamers are coming up now in an era where the Streamer Awards has always existed to them. So it's like to someone like Rakai or whatever, it's like the biggest accomplishment is Streamer of the Year at the Streamer Awards, you know? And so like the framing of like what it means to be a streamer now, like the Streamer Awards is baked into that. So it's like it's going to be hard to even like get people there to acknowledge that they're there for togetherness when now it's been 4 years of like the Streamer Awards being the biggest possible thing for streamers. So it's like it's all anybody cares about.
No, yeah,
and that's in the title.
Exactly. Like, that's what I mean where I say, like, it wants to command the respect of being the streamer event TM, but it doesn't respect the event itself enough, if that makes sense. Like, because they're not sure what they want it to be anymore. Because now, like, the audience and Cutie have two entirely separate ideas of what the Streamer Awards are meant to be. Yeah. And I think that's part of what frustrates me is that every year she sits there and cries, and it's just I want to shake her by the shoulders and go, it's not what you think it is anymore. Yeah, acknowledging that. Because that's the thing is that she sits there, she cries about how it's all about togetherness, and I'm like, it's not about that anymore for anyone except for you. And that's really unfortunate, but you need to look at the reality of the situation. You're putting out a poorly produced product because you can't acknowledge that. Yeah, and it's hurting the quality of it because she's not leaning into enough of it being like an awards show.
I don't know. Yeah, like I hear what you're saying too, where it's like she still wants it to be her. She still wants to be the host of it, and not even for like any ego reason. She's not like I want to host.
Yeah, no,
she's like I put on this whole event. Like it's more of like an I can do this thing.
It's like it's her baby. I get it. You don't want to give up your baby, but at a certain point, your baby is growing up, and now you are not the only person that can handle it. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like I don't know how else to put it. It's like being a single mother and realizing you need a babysitter.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you have to acknowledge that when you make that choice, the kid's going to absorb some of the babysitter. Mm-hmm. Your kid might speak a little Spanish now. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like, I think that Cutie doesn't want it to become the award show that it has already been the last couple of years.
Yeah, she doesn't want it to become like the Oscars for streaming because, again, it's never been about the awards, which is like, I acknowledge that, but it's like, unfortunately, like, yeah, to everyone else in the room, it is about the awards.
It would be
and
one
being
thing,
together comes second.
Yeah, I was like, it would be one thing if you called it like the streamer banquet, where where like also the awards like you just hand out awards at that point.
It's more like the Dundies than the fucking Oscars. Yeah,
genuinely, yeah. I think that part of the problem is that they want to do they also want to do the big production thing because they're trying to make it look nice for everyone. Mm-hmm. But the problem is that then you're just making it the award show again. Yeah. Like it's I don't understand how she's looking. I just don't understand making an award show and making it about togetherness, because if you're handing out awards, it's inherently going to become a competition. Mm-hmm. Like there's just nothing. Like that's just how it works.
People are clip farming all year and like playing specific games so that they can win those awards.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not. Yeah. And I don't know. That's where I think like the streamer games is a way better vessel for community like that, because winning the streamer games comes way second to like, you know, being a team player and just having fun. Yeah. And it's inherently like saying like, yeah, we as streamers suck. We're going to do athletic events and we're going to be terrible at them. And it's going to be like this track and field thing for an entire day.
And it's even like think about it. Twitch didn't put together a Twitch Awards. They put together Twitch Rivals.
Ah, yeah.
Like even the companies themselves don't want to do fucking award shows.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then for a while there were like the Streamys, I guess, but that was like for videos too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but the Streamys were also about it was also about internet production, and now I think the Streamys still happen. They just have a different name. But there is still I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head anymore, and it's gonna annoy me because it's not that hard of a name, and it's something that happens every year. But there is basically YouTube Awards, and now it's really it started by expanding with Vine and then went out. Yeah. But it's not run by YouTube. That's why it's like Webbys. It was the Webbys. What's the Shorty Awards? Where are the Shortys? Yeah, okay. Awards for outstanding and innovative work in digital and social media content by brands.
That's the one Jack's Films got.
Yeah. The founders of Twitter first heard about the awards after the contest had gone underway and expressed support for it. Mm-hmm. That's why it was called the Shorty Awards. That makes sense. Yeah. Because it started as as Twitter Awards. Mm-hmm.
Back when tweets were short.
120 characters, baby. Mm-hmm. Could you imagine if we still had a best tweet award?
Yeah, in this era, well, we still have good tweets though. Young hoes cook everything on high.
That changed my life. I mentioned that during Friendsgiving, Shelby was frying up some bacon because she had to she had it on high because she was making specifically bacon bits. So you do need to crisp the fuck out of the bacon. Yeah. You do need it on high. Mm-hmm. But I did walk up behind her and went, "Young hoes cook everything on high." And she went, "No, I don't," and turned it down to medium.
But yeah, every time that tweet is referenced or like remembered, people are like, "Yeah, I did change my life. I be cooking shit on medium and it tastes so much better. No, yeah. It's steaming way less."
No, so it's that and oh my God, you people can't do anything. Yeah, that's another. That's a load bearing tweet. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of like load bearing tweets. I feel like. Mm-hmm.
My one of my load bearing tweets was when Fortnite Chapter 4 came out. A random account. I literally because Fortnite Chapter 4 was just trending and I was clicking it and just scrolling it, and it has like 15 likes and it's like girl working at CVS. Wow, I bet that girl over there buying milk with the fat ass didn't stay up all night playing Fortnite Chapter 4. Me. I can't wait to go home and play Fortnite Chapter 4. Something like that. And then that account went crazy, dude. They were into like their followers were doing like blood sacrifices and shit. It was insane in there. So rest in peace, Stardust Summons. But
I do miss when like the internet was kind of insane.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember when Cut for Bieber was a thing?
Yeah.
Did you actually hear anything about it besides the fact that Cut for Bieber existed? Because I know
No, you've explained it on the podcast before. I think.
Okay, where it was like, yeah, because he was caught smoking weed.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, yeah, we're gonna do it so that he doesn't do drugs anymore.
Which is insane.
That was 10 years ago. It was a different time.
Yeah. No, an old Justin Bieber song came on in the shower last night. It was Love Yourself, and I'm like, damn, he's fucking got it.
You listen to like a 12-year-old croon. Oh, this cat's cooking.
Exactly. It's
Dude,
like, damn, we had it so good.
You know, sometimes old Justin Bieber songs do come on, and I'm like, you know what? It was that good, actually. People are just like, why was he so popular? And then you listen to it, and you're like, no, it's still good.
Well, and some stuff, even garbage from 10 years ago, is like fucking peak now. You know, it's not even just because it aged. It's just because things have procedurally gotten worse and worse and worse.
Oh yeah.
That like, you know what? 10 years ago, at least they could make a fucking beat. At least they could have some creativity in the lyrics.
It's like, you know, I miss when a feature was like a proper entire verse and not just like, oh, it's them saying one thing in the chorus.
Yeah.
Like I love my favorite coworker music, Baby No Money. I do love him, but he is like one of the worst offenders for like, yeah, and it's featuring Vanilla Mace, and it's literally just her going 1800.
Yeah,
and it's like, no, I want a whole verse.
I want a verse.
Let Vanilla on the mic.
Mm-hmm.
And like, but I respect that it's partly because he collaborates with people who aren't singers, so they're more comfortable being part of like the production versus being an actual like verse or helping with the production or whatever.
But it should just come with the featuring. It's like, even if your verse is bad, you're still getting in there.
I was gonna say Ash Nico did it right with her Hatsune Miku verse, doing a full, because she released 2 full versions. I think the song was just called Blue. I don't remember. Or like, but there was the one that was just her. Or no, it was Daisy, because it was Daisy and Daisy 2.0, and Daisy 2.0 was her and Hatsune Miku, and she replaced the second verse with a Hatsune Miku verse.
Yeah.
And then Hatsune Miku's in the background of the chorus. So like she was actually like a feature on the song.
Same thing with Baby No Money Check.
Exactly.
I love the Hatsune Miku.
Oh yeah.
Of that one.
No, like I love that, but I feel like recently a lot of features have become, instead of being verses, have just been like production sounds, just like fine. But Sticky wasn't my top played song for nothing.
Yeah, right.
Because that's all featured verses. It's awesome. I love that fucking song. Yes.
Yes. No, it's awesome.
Let me listen to as many artists in one song as possible and let them all cook.
Just jam them in. The Wiz Khalifa verse in what's the Maroon 5 song? Payphone.
Yes.
Wiz has a fucking verse in that.
Yeah, the one that they cut out of every radio edit, which is always funny.
Because he does start with, man, fuck this shit.
You know, I think they could let that happen. I think the radio's ready for it. Well, I mean, even fucking baby Justin Bieber had fucking who was the feature on that song?
Which one?
On Baby. You know, when
remember.
I was 13, I had my first love. There's nobody that
who is
compared
that?
to my baby.
I don't know. That's
That's
your generation.
Yeah, be going great. I can't keep saying that. We're gonna get copyright stricken. Ludicrous.
Ludicrous.
It was fucking ludicrous. I knew it was
sense.
someone big, but I couldn't remember who it was. Now I'm just going through the C also.
Yeah, we had a good. Oh well, 2010s nostalgia. Here
I was
we are again.
sorry. I was a believer. My bad. I was a believer. I was a directioner.
I need to port my old 2010s music playlist from Spotify and make it for YouTube Music.
Real shit.
The tools are so weird. Like I think Spotify recently, at least they were working on it. They added like an import feature from Apple Music, like they're a built-in Spotify one. But I don't know. The programs are especially weird for YouTube Music too, because when you're going the other way, if it can't find a song, it's just like whatever. With the YouTube Music ones, it like tries, if it can't find a song from Spotify, it finds like a weird like re-upload or sometimes just a song with the same title. Yeah. And I'm playing through my playlist that was ported over, and I'm like, that's just I've never heard that.
That is not correct.
Nope.
Not that one.
Not that one. Delete and find the right one. But yeah. I love YouTube Music.
That's so fair. That's the only reason why I haven't switched from Spotify, is just because I don't want to have to transport all my fucking playlists and shit over. And also partly because Ace and I share Spotify Duo.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
and it makes it so much cheaper that way.
Yeah. And I was like, because I don't think any of the don't quote me on it. I don't think any of the other ones really have that option, because Ace doesn't have an iPhone, so he can't use Apple Music. And also I fundamentally disagree with streaming services that music streaming platforms that don't allow any free listening. I just think that's kind of weird.
Yeah. Well, and Apple will delete your playlists if you're not an active subscriber.
Yeah,
exactly. I guess until you subscribe again. But that's really weird to me. Because I was trying to reconstruct like an old playlist, and I go into Apple Music, and I'm like, oh, none of them are here. And then like I plug my phone into my computer to look at iTunes, which I fucking know how to do, and the playlists still aren't there. I'm like, that is really weird that they're just completely gone until I pay $11.99 again.
Yeah. No, and it's really funny to me because I do have some music that like I bought on my phone like a long ass time ago.
Everybody has a couple like Disney Channel themes they bought.
That's the time capsule of me 10 years ago.
No, I did a lot of similar shit. I bought Sans Stronger Than You on iTunes.
Yes!
I bought the Undertale soundtrack. For some reason, I guess in middle school, you just get the urge to like buy all your music digitally. Well, it was also kind of before the age of streaming services.
I was gonna say, in my defense, I was doing it pre-Spotify. Like Spotify existed, but I was in middle school, so it was like Pandora was kind of the main thing at that point. And I was one of those people that I don't know if you can still do this, but for many long, for a decade on Pandora, you could just use an ad blocker and not get any ads.
Nice.
On Pandora Radio. You didn't get any of the other subscriber benefits, but you didn't get ads. And that was great. That's all that's all it takes, I was like, that's all I needed in middle school. That was how
in such a music discovery age, Yeah.
And then, like, once I hit high school, I started using Spotify. Because my friends used Spotify and they showed it to me, and I was like, whoa, I don't have to pay individually. I can just pay, like, at the time, like $10 a month.
It used to be so cheap.
Yeah, no, I think when I started, it was like $7. It was fucking crazy. No, but I can just pay like $10 a month and get all the music.
All of it. Like literally. Yeah, it's insane. Something like Spotify would never be invented today. You know, like it would, I mean, partially because it did destroy the music industry, obviously. But like, it's so like pro-consumer that like no company would ever do such a thing.
No, absolutely not.
Except kind of Tubi, but...
Yeah, I do think it's really funny that the top 3 streaming services, Tubi is always up there. Shout out to Tubi.
It fucking has it all.
It really does, for free.
For free. Yeah, for free.
All you have to do is watch ads. It's beautiful. Look, we're very clearly firmly in the digital age on this podcast, but we do have respect.
No, I do try to live the most ad-free lifestyle I can at whatever the cost is. I just fucking hate ads. I hate sitting there like a chungus. Sometimes it's like I imagine how much of my life is just going to be built up of just watching ads, scrolling through ads, and it stresses me out, and I'd rather just pay to get out of that now and watch Chef now.
It's gotten to the point where when Ace wants to show me something, he knows that he can't open it on his phone because he doesn't have YouTube Premium. I do. I'm not sitting through...
Nope.
I got YouTube Premium when there was one 60-second skippable ad. You think I'm sitting through 3 90-second unskippable ads to watch a 10-minute video? No.
And at least back...
No, send that link to me. I'm opening it on my iPad.
Back in the days where we were getting ads, they were still like the like funny Bluehost ads. So even when you couldn't skip it, it was like still kind of fun to sit through. Now it's like weird like Temu AI ads. I'm like, I'm done. No.
And it's really funny because Ace did the fucking like block ads to skip through them thing for so long that now all the ads that he gets are fucking insane. They're like, it's almost exclusively like YouTube channel ads. Yeah. So half the time he's just getting an entire hour and a half long stream, which is also frustrating because he contracted what he refers to. I don't like this term. He calls it YouTube AIDS because it's what people on the, it's what he found when he was looking it up. But essentially it's a playback issue between ads and the actual video where when it's switching from ads to the video, it just fucks up the video. So you have to reload the page and you have to watch it again. And once it starts happening to your account, you can't stop it. Yeah. That's why.
And it's probably such a like niche issue that YouTube can't really fix it. And then they're kind of like, well, do we need to?
Yeah. Well, because I don't know what exactly the issue is with playback that it has. I don't remember if it's an audio issue or if it's a sync issue or what. But it does make the video legitimately unwatchable for Ace. And he's really annoyed by it because he's like, there's no solution. There is no solution. You just have to deal with it and make a new account.
Or buy premium.
Well, no, because I was like, he's like, I don't even know if premium fixes it.
I would guess it would, but I don't know.
Well, because he's not sure if it's, because all the people in the fucking thing just said that they made new accounts because it's all people that refuse to pay for YouTube Premium anyway.
Yeah. I guess if you end up in that case, you've
and
made it far enough to where you're never going to pay YouTube.
Exactly. No, Ace like refuses to get YouTube Premium just out of
That's fair.
principle.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I remember before YouTube even had ads. And I'm like, okay, Paul, let's get you to bed.
Right.
But legitimately, he does. So it's really funny watching him on this cruise. This is the hill that he's dying on.
Mm-hmm.
This man is not going to pay for YouTube.
No.
But it's really funny now that he. But like, but that's why like I don't want to call it YouTube AIDS because it sounds bad. But realistically, that's kind of what it is.
It's incurable. Yeah.
Incurable. Hidden. It is because it's like a software issue. It's not a hardware issue. Like deleting and reinstalling the app does not help.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
And it affects like I think it's account based because I think he mentioned that it happens on his other like YouTube accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just an issue where it struggles to queue up an ad for you.
Yeah.
So and it's only started happening in the era of like 3-4 ads, whatever. It is really funny though.
No, yeah.
No, like it's so
funny.
like it's so that's so unfortunate that glitch is happening to Ace, and I do feel bad for him because he does really like YouTube. Like in a way, like I like videos. Ace likes YouTube specifically. He loves long lore video, like stuff that you can't find anywhere else.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas like a lot of the stuff that I like, I can find on other streaming. I like cooking videos. I like music. I like ASMR. I like discussion content.
Yeah.
I can find that on other platforms. Ace can't find a 6-hour-long Dark Souls lore video on any other platform.
It just don't exist anywhere else.
No.
Maybe like a documentary about how the game was made, but that's also going to be on YouTube.
Exactly.
So,
like, yeah, so it's really frustrating for him specifically. Mm-hmm. But that does make it infinitely funnier for me when it's happening and it's not like ruining his life and he's just kind of he's trying to show me something and it keeps happening and I'm like, having a flare up, honey? Do we need to go to the hospital?
Yeah.
I'm like, do we need to go? You need your infusion, which is just, that's what I call it when I make him send the link to me so we can play it on mine. I'm like, do you need your infusion, honey? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I need that. That's awesome.
It helps that we're constantly around each other, so it's not that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
But like, he's been watching, I think it's called Space King.
Uh-huh.
It's an animated series about Warhammer.
All right.
I want to say. I don't know a whole lot about it. He showed me the first episode and it was funny, but I just thought it was funny, like regardless of the actual source material.
Mm-hmm.
Ace loves it because of the source material.
Yeah, right. You're laughing and he's like, well, you don't get that.
Yeah, no, I'm laughing because it's like funny that the thing that they're fighting is a woman that's using her boobs to distract them and it's not working on them because they're just focused on fighting for the Space King. Like that's funny. But Ace thinks it's funny because he's like, yeah, so in the lore. And I'm like,
yeah.
I'm just laughing at the funny boobies.
Mm-hmm. That's how I kind of felt when I watched the recent Chainsaw Man movie, having seen nothing Chainsaw Man before. And I was just describing it to a coworker, like, yeah, I've never seen anything, but I thought I like this. This was weird. And he's like, yeah, so actually the reason they did that is because in season 1, and I'm like, whoa. I don't care.
Yeah, you're like, well, hold up.
Whoa. I'm just talking about what I liked it as a film and stuff like that. I don't care.
No, and it's like, and it's really funny because like, when I tell Ace, like, I don't need to hear all that, I tell him every time, I'm like, it's not because I don't care about the lore. It's because I know that with how much you know about the lore, if you start, it's going to take longer for you to finish explaining the lore to me than the rest of this video is. So let me get through the video and then
we'll chat.
And I was like, and then let me ask you questions. And
Right.
he's like, yes. That's the compromise that we've had to come to over the last 10 years is fucking like, it is legitimately just like, wait until the end of the video and then I'll ask you questions and you can, because we both, it's just, it goes the other way too. Where like when I show him something and I'll pause it TikTok to explain something to him, be like, honey, let it play first. And I'm like, okay, yeah,
let it play out.
yeah, okay. And I'm like, yeah, so the reason why they said that is because Fireheart. And then I explain 3 books worth of Warriors cat lore to him.
Yeah.
And it's fine. And it's great. We have a great time.
Nice. Very nice.
The whole time it's so intense, but it's cats. Did one of them beat? Yep. I didn't hear it. I have my headphones on. And we're back.
And they were classmates.
And we were classmates.
All
right, yeah, but yeah, so I think that'd be really funny. But you'll see what we end up doing PowerPoint presentations on. Shelby is not working full time, so she will be able to show up for a recording session as long as it's during the week. So we are good.
Should be. Yeah. I'm excited, and hopefully we get to do our like bro podcast. Too.
I do think we need to at least open with the bro pod at some point.
It's okay if it devolves into a regular podcast too, but like,
hey
I would
guys,
just love it. I would fucking love it.
try to hold on to the bro for as long as we can.
Literally.
All right, but we will catch you guys next week.
Yes, where I will be able to lactate. No, I don't know. But with the hormone surge I'm doing, it's possible.
Yeah, we'll see.
So
We'll see. You know.
I'll come in with a shot glass full of breast milk. So
Oh God. Which one of us has to do the shot?
I can do it.
Okay.
With the 5-hour energy, it's a whole fucking mix.
It mix it in. Oh my God.
Anyway, yeah.
Horrifying.
See you next
Horrifying
week.
thoughts. We'll see you next
Follow
week.
me on Twitch,
Follow me on TikTok.
and goodbye forever.